Hello, everybody. My name's lee-honish. We're going to be talking about marketing for the next couple of months directly. I'll be handling all the call duties. David will be joining us intermittently. Again, if you have any questions regarding a short sale, please go to homeloanadvocates.com. You can reach David. Don't do the work on a short sale. That's just ridiculous. We'll be talking about it after the first of the year, but short sales are kind of on the climb on the East Coast, which probably means they're coming out to the West Coast. So we'll probably focus a little bit more time on that in the future. Those of you on the call, this is the Monster Coaching Group that's also translated into a podcast and beamed out around the world to literally hundreds of agents. And we're going to be talking about marketing for about the next 8 weeks. The goal here is to effectively follow up. It is about generating more leads. If we have time, maybe we will talk a little more directly about conversion. But my goal here over the next 8 weeks is about lead gen. More leads, more face-to-face. How long does it take for a lead to mature? So today, depending on time, my goal for sure is to start with getting your monster marketing dialed in, right? So for those who know nothing about monster marketing, go to www.honish.com. And on the front page of honish.com, you can watch a video about monster marketing. Those of you that are coaching students, you already know the front end process. You've done your one-on-one call. You've gone out. You've generated leads. How does it all work? It is permission-based marketing that spectacularly engages the customer and makes them feel as though they are completely in control of the situation. And that is what makes it great. So I'm not here to talk about the actual step-by-step process of the monster. It's really easy. You select 36 homes, go put up our patented marketing piece. The automated system with call scripts and everything will generate a face-to-face result. And that is the start of how you get a listing with distressed properties. And if you want to learn more, type in thelistingmonster.com or honish.com, either one, thelistingmonster or honish.com. You can watch the video, get involved, and start getting guaranteed face-to-face appointments today. Enough with the commercial. Now let's talk about what happens after you go on the appointment. So you go on your appointment, and there are only two things that will happen. By the way, anybody can chime in and ask questions from the coaching group along the way. I just want to cover it. It'll make a great video. We're going to talk about some ways to follow up with our leads. So the monster's automated, right? And what makes it amazing is you just get an email that looks something like this or to this effect. This is a really old one, or I wouldn't be showing it. It's from 2013. So this is a lead from a North County, San Diego lead back in 2013, right? So you got a script, and this isn't even the script we use anymore. This is a 5-year-old script. Their response, right? And that generates an email and a phone number that I can use to market with in the future. So the first thing I want to do, and I don't know if any of you are doing this, but you should all do this, and you may follow along. I'm going to create a new blank worksheet, right? Don't kill yourselves. F, column 1 should be, I'll give you the correct stuff, all right? F_name, that would be first name. Second column should be L_name. Next one should be email. Next should be phone. You can add address. I'm not a huge fan because if I do address, right, then I got to also do city. These have to be separate. They have to be separate. State and zip. Does this make sense? By everybody by a show of hands on the coaching call. I'm going to do this step by step so you guys can all. This is the way I do it. Excuse me. Choked on my own coffee. Everybody chime in. Everybody good? Chuck, I thought you were in charge of my ADD. And again, if this is confusing for anybody who's just listening to the audio of this, you want to go back and watch the video. The video will be on my website at lee-honish.com. I'll add it to the main page, right? I'll send it out to all the coaching students, but I will add it to the front page of my website. It'll be under the blog section. It'll be the top one. I'll post it right after this call. So just scroll down. That's my blog. I'll make it the top page of my blog. All right. Everybody good at this point? Can everybody handle this? Show of hands. Are you guys not participating at all? Thank you, Hannah. Good Lord, one of you. All right. Any questions at this point? Is it blatantly obvious what we're doing? All right. So, I tend to use, good job, Michelle. I tend to want to use a split screen for this, so this is going to be kind of difficult. In each of these, let me try to zoom this for you. Okie dokie. So you could see it a little better, right? So here's the anatomy of a lead, right? So look what I'm getting here. I'm getting a telephone number, right? And I'm getting an email address. That's really what matters. These two lines are golden for this dude named John, right? They'll give me a tag number, which doesn't really matter, more or less. But really, what I care about is the telephone number and the email address. Now, sometimes I'll get more, John, first name, last name. These are back in the day when I didn't really know what I was doing with tags. That's why this is a very old Lee. Remember, it's great because the monster schedules on appointment time. This is 5 years ago, so my daughter would have been 8. I can't even mentally process what I was trying to do or keep track of at that point. Okay? So you're looking at what they deliver to you. All right, so what am I going to do? I'm going to take the information that's available. Now, my opinion, you can add more with your call centers if you want to capture more information. So all I have for the sake of this particular lead is a first name, right? John. I'm just pasting, which apparently is more than my feeble computer can mentally process at this moment. But there you go. I have John as the first name. My next thing is going to be his phone number, right? I'm going to right click and copy. Phone number, Control V, or right click, paste. I'll keep doing it so it's visual on the screen. Okay. It's going to say paste special. I'm a Control V guy, which is straightforward. This is what happens. You get a choice between, I don't want to get into it, but it's a long discussion. There you go. There's his phone number, right? And lastly is the email address, right? Now, I'm not saying you're going to get this with every single person who calls in who accepts or declines the appointment. Got it? Paste it. Stretch it out. There you go. Can everybody handle this? This is pretty straightforward, right? We all good at this point? So basically, I'm making a spreadsheet of all my leads, right? Now, I can create, I don't really care about the address. I don't do that. If you want to do it, knock yourself out. Do you use a date? No, I don't use a date, but I tell you what I will use. I will create notes, right? So I know what I'm doing. So if I get a response or I do any of that, I'll know if they're good or bad. I can create, you can really do cool stuff with Excel. I'm not here to have a long Excel discussion of Yes, no, lead, good, met with them face to face, all that. You could do all that, but that's the point of a CRM. Again, for those of you who don't have a CRM, I don't have a CRM. I have Excel spreadsheets. My entire existence is about Excel spreadsheets because I come from a business world that works completely on Excel worksheets. They come on every computer, and therefore you don't have to create or purchase you don't have to purchase a CRM. All right. Mojo CRM is a good deal for $10. But again, David, the same thing's got to happen, right? I've got to go to each email, and I just know this about all of you, right? So you guys go to the trouble, you go out, you put up your marketing, right? You get either somebody who wants an appointment or declines an appointment, right? So you get either a person who wants an appointment or declines an appointment. I don't really care whether or not they want an actual appointment. Does that make sense? I just want their phone number, their name, and their email, or their name, their phone number, their email, whatever combination thereof. I already know what's going on with this data type, right? They are distressed people. They are people who've missed payments. Who cares whether or not they're current or not? At one point, if I've got you in my Gmail account, right? If I've got a response, that means at one point, we all agree on one thing. All your leads at one point had missed payments, right? We can all agree that. Whether or not they cured it, they won the lottery, whatever. They at one point were delinquent, had an NOD, notice of sale, list pendants, auction date, whatever. You put marketing on their house to try to meet with them, whether or not you met with them. So if I can create a list that has at least a first name, it's more than enough. I'd like a full name. I don't know why they didn't get a full name on this guy. He gave up everything else. A phone number and an email address, which is what the monster is designed to do. You guys actually don't understand what the monster is designed to do. You think the monster is designed to get you face-to-face appointments. That's a byproduct of what I wanted it to do. Does that make sense? This might make sense only to Chuck Perry on the call. Any hardcore marketers on this call? I'm going to explain marketing to you. My goal wasn't the face-to-face. My goal was to capture cell phones and email addresses. Data is king, Ralph. Very good. All right. So my goal, Michelle Larson and Ralph Robles nailed this. My goal with the monster was to capture people's cell phones and email addresses for people who were in default. And then as I was traveling around the country doing live presentations, right, I could literally apply this effective marketing system that I created and capture cell phone and emails. And yes, it got face-to-face appointments. Now, I can only be congruent to me, right? I'm not very good on face-to-face appointments. I'm just not. I'm a asset manager. I'm a former banker. If I didn't have my daughter in my life, I'd probably be a more hellacious character. You can ask Steve. The influence of Steve Guzman and my daughter on my life has been very effective. Did I lose Steve already? I think he's gone. But they will be the first to tell you who've seen me for that long. Like, Doug Gillis is on the call. Doug's known me that long. Doug knows this fact. Doug's been around that long. I have calmed down so immensely, it's ridiculous, right? But as an asset manager, I was a lunatic. These are people who don't pay that tell stories. It's funny because we went on a call last night. Right? Kevin and I, we put out tags. We literally got same day appointments. And he got back in the car after the appointment. I didn't go on it. I sat in the car. The woman was Hispanic. I didn't want to overwhelm her with 2 6-foot+ white guys. And Kevin's probably a little more inviting than me. I think of all those things when my appointments go down, right? So Kevin went on his appointment. He came back in. And he was upset because she told him a story. And as I explained to him all the way home, Their job is to, you get that they don't pay, right? Like, you all understand this. I think this gets forgotten about. We work with distressed properties. Okay. For the next 2 months, we're going to discuss marketing for distressed properties and other leads. I will talk about other leads first, but let's get our distressed leads dialed in, right? Guess what? People are going to stop paying during the holidays because they're going to use their money to buy Christmas gifts and go on trips. Like, that's just going to happen. That's crazy part about the holidays. And the banks actually start to crack down on foreclosures for the first week or two coming up here, right? And then they wait till after the first of the year. That's just what they do. So why aren't you guys out tagging? People are home. People are receptive. It's great. David Hero, do homeowners block your number after talking with them? No, they don't. They don't. I don't have that issue. Okay. Ralph Robles is correct. This is about data and King. So I've generated these. I've gone to the trouble of using the monster to generate an email and a cell phone number, right? Everybody get this? Do you understand what you're getting? The actual cell phone and email address, whether or not they want an appointment with you, of somebody that I know who's missed a payment. How are you not running a long-term plan? We've talked about it a million times. You know, I've converted most of these into a data list, which I can't find at the moment. I was going to pull it up for you. But this list is paramount to your success, right? You guys will pay, I don't mean you, I mean people in real estate will pay an ungodly amount of money for Facebook advertising, right? That takes 6 to 9 months. Anything I do on Facebook, I have to assume that it's going to take me 6 to 9 months to convert those leads. Does that make sense? Because that's generally what it is. But I just had somebody engage me, tell me, I know for a fact they've missed a payment and I have their cell phone and their email. Can I hammer this again for all of you? You've got the cell phone and the email of people who missed a payment, period. That's all you need to know. Okay, the rest of this is immaterial. If you get a face-to-face appointment and you brand them, that's better, right? But at the end of the day, don't care. That's a byproduct. Here's why. I suck at the front door. That's why I have Kevin in my group go to the front door, right? So was the monster designed for people who have weaker closing skills? Yes, it was built for me because I have no conversion skills. Nobody wants a banker going to their front door. I remember doing a deal 5 years ago where I went to the woman's front door. She started to melt and cry and was handing me a check because I just smelled like a banker showing up at her front door. I had to call David and turn the deal over. I could not mentally process it, right? That's not what I was there for. I was there to find out what her plan B was, you know, all the scripts that we work on. I'm trained just like you by the same source, right? I'm trying to get into my plan B script and what are you going to do? No, the woman's handing me a check. Why? Because I'm coming off like a banker. You can only be congruent to who you are. Okay? If you're a good person who's there to try to help these individuals, you will be successful. If you are there to get a listing and these people don't really matter to you, then you will fail. The minute you start phoning it in and start qualifying leads or do any of that stuff, you are going to fail. You are not going to be able to convert with the monster. You will not get deals with the monster. Got it? It's kind of preachy, but we'll get into other forms of marketing later and discuss that in greater detail. All right, so now I've got an email and a phone number. What can I do with it? All right, since I am a guerrilla marketer by nature, and most of you probably want some help on the topic, you can log into lee-honish.com, .club, sorry, right? lee-honish.club. As part of the coaching group, there is a follow-up sequence that you can use that is driven by the telephone number and an email. We ran an accountability group where I guaranteed that if everybody did what I said, they'd get a listing. So I wrote the sequence down. We did it every single day and everybody did it, right? I only had one person who didn't get a listing. He literally, and I'm not even making this up, got a listing one day after we did our sequencer competition. But I still refunded the money. I thought it was hilarious. I will take his word for it because I know the individual. But it literally happened the day after. So if you go to lee-honish.club, use the sequence that I've written out, it will generate a listing for you. Now, if that's too much, let's talk about the bare minimum you should be doing, right? We've talked about it repeatedly. You should be using Sly Broadcast. You guys are killing me. Killing me if you're not using Sly Broadcast. I've sent you guys a link so you guys can get free, I think you get free credits based on the link that I've sent out. I'll send it out again with this video, right? You just upload your list into Sly Broadcast, right? You start a new campaign. What am I going to call the campaign? Follow up. And the date you're going to do it, right? If you put your phone number in here, let me give you guys some thought on this topic, okay? If you put your phone number in here, statistically, people will not listen to the message and they will just call you back. So if they call you back, are you still winning the game? My opinion, yes. But you might be a little scared to take a live phone call. You're afraid to talk to the homeowner. I don't know. I don't know everybody's individual story, what your strengths, what your weaknesses are. But I am telling you that if I put in my cell phone number, right, just like that, I'm going to get people who aren't going to listen to the message and call me back directly. My opinion, I've won if they call me back because it's still permission based. I'm telling you, it's a much easier conversion because here's exactly what they're going to say. Hi, I missed your call. Yeah, hi, drop some information off regarding your, the information I dropped off regarding your alternatives to foreclosure and your loan modification. How's that going? That's it. Stop overcomplicating it. For those of you that are doing too much examination of what you need to say, what you need to take at the front door, all that, just do it. Right? Kevin had a problem the other day at the front door, and he was having a string of people saying, I got it all taken care of. Okay. You don't have to overcome objections. You don't have to get crazy. Tell them the truth. Hey, the reason I'm here is because your title report is still showing you actively in foreclosure. We have a problem. Can I get you a copy of that title report? If you are branding and creating a relationship, you're going to win in the long run. I don't know why it is that everybody looks for a home run all the time. Literally all the time. Lee, I hired your program as a silver bullet. I expect a listing immediately. I generate face-to-face appointments and with a byproduct of generating cell phones and email addresses. I've created a sequence that if you follow it over a course of 30 days, you will convert your leads into listings. But it's, you have to follow up. You have to follow up. If you assume that you're just going to find somebody at the front door who's in a position to sell immediately, you are crazy, right? That's literally 1 out of 100, 1%. Why are we going back to numbers that resemble door knocking, cold calling, and mailers? Why would I use permission-based marketing like the monster that gets a 20% call rate, right? 20% are going to call in and leave their information, cell phone, email, minimum cell phone, but including email, right? Why would you not use that information? It's the bulk of the information you get, whether or not they accept or decline an appointment. I know this is a little preachy point, but this is really important. Okay? You get a 10% on average, 10% face-to-face rate, right? It's why I'm able to guarantee face-to-face for all of you. I have never In 5 years, I don't think that I've ever had to pay out on the guarantee. What I have discovered is people using bad data, people hiring people to put out tags. But when I go and put out tags, even in the most, oh, there's too many people, I found tags on everybody's mailbox. I tag the same route, tag the same houses. I still got calls, still got appointments. You know why? Because it always, always, always works. Always. Always. The area's not working, adjust it. Go one city north, go one city south. It's not that hard. 36 properties in one isolated area. If it's not getting 3 to 6 calls and 3 to 6 appointments, there's something wrong. Right? And the biggest thing that it produces are cell phones and emails, and you're not doing anything with them. I know this is kind of preachy for this call, but this is real life. So I put in my cell phone. I know I'm going to get a call back. I'm going to record via my cell phone, right? My dial-in number. If anybody wants to call this number and record a message, I guess, on my for my own, or I can upload it and record it right here, right? All of your, I actually have stuff because I create so many podcasts. I have recording software. I mean, I'm more than happy to generate one so you guys can hear what a call would be like. I'm going to record one just for you guys. Real time. Ready? Put this on my Bluetooth. And I'm going to make sure the audio's up. This is Audacity. It's a free recording device. So here you go. I'm going to record the message. Hi, my name's Lee. I dropped off some information regarding your home. Sorry. Hi, my name's Lee. I dropped off some information regarding your loan modification and your alternatives to foreclosure recently. If you would like some help or information regarding your loan modification and alternatives to foreclosure, why don't you give me a call? 858-663-2537 or text me at the same number. I'm happy to check out the title report or anything. Please give me a call. Is that hard? Everybody understand? That's congruent. And by the way, that's evergreen. Did I miss anything with that? Bob, Chuck, and Dougie. Both Dougies, Ranger and Gillies. Any questions right here? So it's done. Easy squeezy, David. I'm going to export my audio into the old MP3 format. Right? Record. I always put dates. If you don't put dates when you record a lot of audio, you don't know. It doesn't have to be smooth, Natalia. And I'm going to tell you why. It needs to sound real. Right? I'll give you another one. Hi, this is Lee. I'm sorry I missed you. Recently, I dropped off some information regarding your home. You had missed some payments and you were working on a loan mod and looking at alternatives to foreclosure, right? Please give me a call if you would like some more information or help. I'm a homeowner advocate. My number is 858-663-2537. Again, my number is 858-663-2537. You can call or text me. Thanks. It's done. Done. Done, kids. Done. File, export. I like that one better, by the way. 11, 28, 18, Lee, callback. Real is better. Okay. I'm going to clear my tags. That's it. And I'm using Audacity, which, by the way, I get asked this a lot. Anything I use is generally free. Just type in audacity.com. It's 100% free. Where did you guys go? Let's type in Audacity. There it is. It's Audacity team. It's free software. It's a shareware. Been around forever. Free open source cost. This is what everybody who does a podcast uses. This is what I use. I record all my audio and I mix all my audio on Audacity. There you go. It's not difficult. Literally press click and record and save. All right. Now I can upload my recording. By the way, these are all recordings. All of these are recordings. Everything you see here, this is how much audio I record on a weekly basis. Yearly, monthly. I don't even know what the oldest is, but I record a lot of audio. So now I'm uploading my audio. It's done. Got it? Doing this step by step for you. This is pretty simple stuff. Okay. Now I'm going to use my 523 list. I believe that's correct. Right? Cool. Now I've got it. That's correct. And then I just hit send immediately. That's it. I can upload my list if you haven't uploaded it yet, right? Pretty straightforward. Then hit send immediately and submit campaign. That's it. I've now done a phone follow-up. The next thing is you need to be able to do email. And I'm going to give you another guerrilla tactic for email. The only one that's really available, that's reasonable in my opinion, probably, I don't think many of you are going to go beyond this number, and you could probably double it up as a CRM, is Constant Contact. I like it. You get a free trial. Seems pretty straightforward. I think you get to do 500 or MailChimp. And literally MailChimp is that simple. And we've talked about this repeatedly, right? Setting up an account, sending out an email. Where do we get the information to put in the email? I just send them the alternatives to foreclosure. I'm just looking for the people to open it. I'm just looking for people who are opening it and still engaging from my list. If I put a title or a subject line on my emails of, are you still interested in selling your house? Are you still facing foreclosure? I can segment those lists and I can keep track of that information. And I know who to follow up with. That's what marketing is. The people who show interest, you focus on, right? Every email address that's out there, every email campaign program that's out there. Let me use mine. So I just recently moved over to a new one for bulk mailing. But I want to show you every email company, okay? And this one is, I don't even know who it is. I keep trying new email providers out. But the point I'm bringing up is all of these people, when you do a campaign, I'll use our weekly coaching call, right? I get a report. Doesn't matter the content you're sending, right? What I care about is who opened and who didn't open, right? So if I had 400 people out of my 431 coaching student emails that didn't open their email, right? Then I have a resend option to send directly only to people who opened or to people who didn't open. Now, here's why you send it to people who opened or to people who clicked. They give me 3 options, right? People who clicked, people who opened, people who didn't open. People who didn't open, I can change the message. I can change the email address because sometimes emails get picked up by filters. If I go with people that didn't click or people that clicked, I'm focusing on better lead sources, right? Always include something to click on for response or more information. Even if you point them at somebody else's website, I could care less. But if I could show somebody double opted besides just opening and clicking on taking the next action, or they clicked on your photo or they clicked on your social media, my big gimmick is always about getting them over to my social media, right? We're running out of time for this week. We'll include social media into it and how to integrate it. But social media, by far, is the best place to drive your traffic, right? Because, and here's why. I'm going to open my profile in an incognito window. That means that I'm completely logged out. That means I'm not signed up for Facebook. You don't even have to have a Facebook account, right? But I can still view this dude's Facebook profile and look what it says about lee-honish on my personal profile, right? They can look at all my favorites, right? They can look at my photos. You don't have to. I believe I made my website public. I'm going to have to go back and check it. No, I got to update it. It should be public. But the most important thing is my profile is public and about me is public. That's my resume, right? Now, statistically, 8 out of 10 people you're sending an email or a text or anything to probably has a Facebook account, which now gives them the ability to follow or click or learn more about me, right? What do I really want them to do? I want them to go to my profile, to actually have an account. And as I've said before, your timeline matters. What do I want them to see? Hey, I'm a normal guy. I've got a daughter, got a girlfriend, got a daughter. You're not going to see anything crazy. There's nothing political. I'm not giving you my feelings on anything. You're just seeing me at my best. This is why I talk about cleaning up your timeline. I don't know why that's still there. My photo from... I hide stuff on my timeline all the time. I want a very... Look, I don't want to piss off the dog owners, right? I know you think I'm crazy. That's the world we live in currently. I want them to see this. I want them calling me. I want them to think that I'm super normal. I'm into the holidays. It's nondescript. It's not Christmas. It's not anything. It's the holidays, kids. You're in business to get listings. Your image is your brand. People are hiring you. I am fascinated when people put their policies and their politics and all kinds of crazy stuff on here, right? I'm totally fascinated with it. Clearly, they don't think that if 8 out of 10 people, like I've heard the actual stats for Facebook, right? I've heard the actual stats. My goal is to get people to look at this and to see that I'm a normal human being, right? I don't have a political thing. I don't have anything. I got a daughter and I got a girlfriend. That's it. I'm not even saying Christmas. It's a holiday update. I change it for the holidays. I interact with it. If I don't think that I like the way it looks on my timeline, I hide it, right? That's it. If you want to watch the full video of this, go to honish.com. Make it easy on yourself, HONISH.com.